a big thing you're going to have to do as you are doing your research is thinking about search terms, right? What words are you going to put into the search engines that you have to find stuff about this? And I think the first thing that you need to realize as you're doing this is it's really going to be related to what your specific claim is. That is, you have three different topics. You have, should you get a job in finance? We have, does finance benefit society? And then there is the last one, which is the different definitions of finance, right? Which definition of finance fits? And those are the three topics that you have to choose from. But within each of these, you're going to find your own individual claim related to that. And the more specific your claim is, the better that you do. But I think your claim is really going to dictate your search terms. So these, I don't know how useful the topics will be in finding stuff, academic research in that. So I wanted to kind of give you some ideas of things that you can search for, some different search terms that you might use, and some ways to think about that as you prepare for this. So if you look at the first topic, should you get a job in finance? And again, some search terms that come to me about this, certainly job satisfaction, right? And finance, right? See what information, academic literature there has been on how satisfied people to get about that, or maybe employment satisfaction. There's also this retention of employees, right? Do people keep their jobs? How long do they last in that, right? So career satisfaction, maybe. So different terms related to how people feel about their job, as well as if you're looking, especially if maybe your claim is negative, right? That you don't think it's a good job. Some terms that I can think about are there's burnout, which is when people get tired of their job and then they quit that. Right. So those terms might help you get some sociology stuff about how people feel about their job. There's also the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which keeps information about how much people make, how much money people make. And it might have how long they work, if this employment field is growing or not. This is a U.S. government organization. They might give you some statistics on that. Maybe there's a China version too, right? That has China labor information. So those are some things that you can search for that. But yeah, I think terms like satisfaction, burnout, retention of employees, those kinds of things might help you find what other researchers have found when they've talked to people who work in finance and how they feel about their job that you can use to go along with what you learned in your interview as well as other non-academic sources. Now, does finance benefit society? Again, this one especially, I think, a lot of it's going to depend on your claim, what you're trying to argue. That'll drive a lot of the different terms that you will use to find out information about this. However, just typing this in on Google Scholar, I did get some results for that. So that might be a way to start. If you're certainly the last topic we've been covering, financialization, is directly related to this topic. There's also issues of inequality, and finance, right? Might find you some different things. Shareholder value is a financialization topic that's related to this, if it helps or not. And then there's also I'm sure there's benefits of finance or financial services, right? These might help you find some things about what finance actually does and how that works. A lot of terms there that you can use. But again, I think it's really going to be related to your claim on this, and I think your claim will help you generate other search terms that help you find more specific information from that. And finally, if you're looking at these different financial definitions, certainly, risk management, if that's the one that you're looking at, risk management, complexity in finance. What's the third definition that we're using? Connecting lenders and borrowers, right? So those terms might lead you something, but there's a lot. There is a database here called Credo, which has it's like a financial encyclopedia. it kind of defines some terms that you might use. They search different encyclopedias that might give you, say, definitions of things. But this is an individual database that we can use. So this is a database that you would search. And I can help you find that if you need to look for it. But this one's, going to be tricky too, because academic literature, you're going to have to say, okay, if you're talking about managing risk, what are some different ways that it does that? So you're going to have to find out what services or what are the hows, or the whys, and examples. And I think you'll be able to find academic literature about that. But again, having a more specific claim can maybe give you some more specific search terms that you need. Anyway, you do need to kind of think about what terms you want to use as you're searching for stuff. I hope this is a nice help to get you started on that.